Hi there everyone, it's Verity here from incubusfly.wordpress.com. Thanks for joining me today. So if you saw my product haul video over the weekend, you'll know that I got this gorgeous photopolymer stamp set called Today's Tiles, which I was quite keen to have a play with. I have made a black and white monochrome look card with it, which I was really super pleased about. So I had a challenge in one of the Facebook groups all to do black and white, so I thought this set would work well, and it did. So I was quite pleased with this, and I like the layout. I like the simple layering look. So I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to bring in some colours and use the Stampin' Artist to make a more multicoloured version. I haven't tried it. We're gonna see how it turns out on the video. Okay, so like I say, I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Artist tool, which I have just here, ready to go. So I've already mounted the sort of more solid stamp on there. I think I'm going to use both stamps with this version of the card. I'm putting the stamp case underneath there, so it supports the plate when it's open. And I've just got some Whisper White cardstock in place there. I also have some sponge daubers. They come in a pack of 5, and as we've got 5 in colours, that seems to work quite nicely. So I've got all my ink colours ready and waiting. So some of these I haven't even used yet, so in fact I haven't used any of them, have I? No, I haven't, not at this point in time. I'm going to open my ink pad, and I'm going to use this sponge dauber to ink up, I'm going to use the ink pad to ink up this dauber, which I'll then use to apply ink to my stamped image. Okay, so it's a new ink pad, so it should be nice and wet, and get that colour applied. So I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to do this one, I think. Because I haven't really planned where these are going to go. We're just going to go with it and see what happens. But by using the dauber, it means I can control exactly where that ink is going to go. And then with this stamp, it doesn't matter if it goes over, I think that's going to add to the effect. And if it hasn't quite, I'm just going to lift that gently, so the stamp will pull on the cardstock, but the magnets keep it mostly in place. So I want a bit more colour on there, so I'm going to go again. And that's the beauty of using this tool. I can go over that again without worrying it's going to be out of place. There we go. Right, that will do for now. I think a little bit of a rustic look might actually suit this stamp set quite well. There's sort of these faded tiles. Here's just jade, so the same again. I'm not going to bother cleaning the stamp off. So again, just applying some ink to this dauber. I think we'll go with this one. And this one. We'll maybe we'll sort of continue the pattern if you like, so then we won't end up with 2 colours together, I hope. So again, we'll stamp once and then do it again. I do sometimes find with the photopolymers, especially ones that have got a bit they're not fine detail, they're quite chunky. You'll see that the ink sort of bubbles a little bit. That will get better over time. It's almost like the stamps need priming almost, but again, this tool will help get the effect we want. I'll go once more on this one. And there is a bit of overlap, but I think that's going to look okay. I think it's going to make it look rustic. Okay, Mr. Moonlight next. So again, just using my dauber. And that well inked. So we're going above this one. One on this side. And again. Cool. And then we have Magenta Madness. Considering these are new ink pads, the lids are actually really, they're not too stiff at all. Some of the other ones, when they changed the ink pad cases, oh, some of them were very stiff. But these ones are okay, these are good. Isn't that a great pink? So first time I've used the inks, we've used the DSP and the embellishments in the in colours, but the ink pads weren't available on pre-order, so this is the first time we're using these, and I like very nice colours. So, cool, okay, I'll say it's quite like the blurring of the colours in between. I probably, if I'd have thought about it a little bit, you probably don't really want pink and green going next to each other because you get a bit of a browny colour, but other than that, I think that's worked out okay. Just for having a bit of a play with the inks, and then we'll use cinnamon cider for a sentiment. Okay, right, so I'm going to grab my chamois and get the ink off this. Oh, it does come to you clean. Mine's well loved, look. But it's perfect for getting the ink off your stamps that are mounted onto your stamp apparatus, because you can just take it to it. You just need to moisten it under the tap. I'm just going to remove this plate and put it to one side. And I'm going to twizzle my stamp apparatus and put in this plate. It does come with two plates. You've got so you can use them together. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use black ink to fill in spaces. So I'm just lining that up over the images that we've already done as best I can with the camera positioned there. That look good from your angle? And that looks pretty much there, I think. Okay, then fold over the door, press that down, and the stamp will be in the correct position. And then we're going to use black Memento ink to add to the centre of that. I think this will look particularly nice with the pink and the yellow. Magenta Madness and Bumblebee. May not be as clear with the other colours, but we'll go with it. And I'm going to be using black, I'm still going to use the black and white layers, so that's why I chose that. So it's not quite lined up, but I think that's okay. Goodo. I'm going to go once. There's a few little pieces missing, but again I think it adds to this kind of rustic tile look. Again, I'm just going to give that a quick wipe with my chamois before just putting that away, and then I can clean it properly once we're finished. Move that out the way. Right, be careful with your magnets, make sure you store them away underneath your tool. They are super strong, so you don't want them to clunk together. Okie dokie then, so now I'm just going to bring in my trimmer so we can cut that down. Love the trimmer. I think I mean, we could have tried to cut cardstock that was the right size, but you leave yourself very little wiggle room for anything there. So I'm lining up. There is a slot where the blade runs down, and I'm lining up the stamped image with the sort of left hand side of that track, which will give just a small white border around the edge. Go around and do that, and if you keep it in roughly the same place, it should end up with a nice even border all around. There we go. Lots of scraps there to use for sentiments and God knows what. Okay, so you can, if I just bring that closer, you can see it wasn't quite lined up. I say I can't get my head right over where I'm looking with the camera setup, but in your own home you'll be able to take a little bit more time over that. This was the offcuts from the other card that I made, so I know this is the right width to give me a border, but it's just too long. So I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is glue this to the end and then trim off the excess. So I'm still using up some snail. The Stampin' Seal, which is the new adhesive that Stampin' Up are going to carry, is in stock now, so you can go and order some of that. So I haven't ordered any yet, so it wasn't available when I've put in the first bit of order. So same again, I'm going to just line the white edge up with that and end up with a nice border there. Okay. Lovely. If you do get any sort of fuzzy edges, this isn't necessarily, it's not always to do with the blade, it's sometimes to do with the cardstock. So you see the fuzzies. If you get one of these nail blocks, and rub it along the back. It just knocks off all those fuzzies. So there we've got our coloured bit. I've already prepared that base layer, so that's the kind of standard layers that I usually do for a card base. And then here's my white card base that again I've cut in the usual way. If you haven't seen me do that before, I use 10th fold cards, and this is a sheet of A4 that I've cut up the middle lengthways at 4 1/8, and the score mark is at 5 7/8. And then these two cardstock layers are an 1/8 of an inch smaller each side. Okay, so let's adhere those. Line up 3 sides, the 4th will follow. Nice sharp crease on the spine will make sure it stands up as well, so there's no doesn't do the splits on you. It's landed that way. I don't see any. There's just doesn't really matter which way up we put that, I don't think. You may have guessed we're going to use some dimensionals on that. Press firmly to get them onto the cardstock. They do come off really easily. If you do happen to be struggling getting those off, if you press with your nail first into the middle, the corners will lift slightly, making it easier for you to lift those backs off. And again, if you want a little bit of wriggle room, a dab of multi-purpose glue on each of those pads just gives you that moment to wiggle it around before the adhesive grabs. Okay, that looks about right from where I am. So there we go. Just press that in place. Those small dabs of glue will dry very quickly. We'll do our sentiment. So I've picked out, what did I pick out? It's the same one. Just wanted to say hello. Okay, so just got a little piece of cardstock there. It's no particular. It happens to be an inch wide, and I'm going to use cinnamon cider. So then we've used all of the ink colours then to incorporate it in this card. I've already lined up the stamps, so the photopolymer stamps are really easy to line up because you can do it on your grid paper. Light tapping onto the ink pad and you'll see quite clearly that it's well inked. Press down and just hold it for a second and then lift up. It does sometimes stick, and if you just use your nail just to loosen that off. There we go, beautiful. That's that, and then I'm going to use the tailored tag, that's this one, to create a banner end. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the punch over and use this corner to make the banner. So if you slot it in, you can obviously see your image just there. So take it back out as far as you want it. You could make it not central as well, I guess. You could have a asymmetrical banner as well. Same on the other end. There we are, we have got a double flagged end. So this is going to go across there. This is already, because the panel's already on dimensionals, I still want this to pop, so I'm going to put one dimensional under this end, but I'm going to double them up on this end so that you get the extra lift, if that makes sense. So 2 of those guys on there, lay them on top of each other so you get the extra height, and then just one at this end. And we'll just pop that in somewhere there. There we go. 2 cards there, using so one monochromatic and one using lots of colour. A bit of an experiment with that one. I don't quite like how it turned out though. I think it was cool. I think it'd be nice maybe picking out a couple of the colours, and so maybe the pink and the yellow with the black would pop really nicely, and then do something different with the green and the blue ones. But yeah, I quite like that. So watch this space for more with that stamp set, playing around with colour and everything. All the products I've used today will be linked in the corresponding blog post, which is over on my website here. Okay, so if you there will be a link in the description to that blog post, and then all the products I've used will be listed underneath there, that will just click straight to my online shop, and then you can add them straight into your basket. Don't forget the promotions that are on at the moment, so if you decide to join Stampin' Up and reap the benefits of being a demonstrator, that's £99 to join, but your starter kit has a value of £130 worth of product. To that you can add an additional free bundle. This is actually a bundle, so because it's stamped with matching dies, so that's one bundle you could add in there completely for free. We also have the hosting promotion as well, so if you want to shop the new catalogue and build up a nice big order, either by yourself, or if you collect up some requests from friends and stuff, but place one large order of £200 or more, you'll get an extra £20 worth of rewards to spend on additional products. Just click through on the website and you'll find links to those promotions if you want to see more about the join offer and the shop offer. If you want a catalogue also, please let me know. I do have a couple left after sending out to all the other people who requested before launch. So that's it. I hope to see you again soon. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.